There are two main challenges on the Elite Chances course. First is sending the dog out to 3 and then more particularly supporting him out to 4. But the harder challenge is sending the dog out to hoop 7. The first handler line parallels the direction of the dog's path, so a lateral lead out really isn't necessary, and a lot of the handlers did quite well without it. However, a bigger consideration is remembering to not get ahead of the dog on the dog walk, or else the handler runs up against the back line and isn't able to support the dog. This handler gets up to the line. She runs out of room, but her dog redirects nicely with verbal, and she manages to finish up her run in cue. This handler makes very nice use of the handling area. She never gets closer than a foot to the line. She walks away to give her dog room to go back and have enough momentum to get to the hoop. This young handler starts her dog with a slingshot start, travels up the line, waits for her dog to finish the dog walk. Then she has room to move forward and support her out, moves backward, runs the dog across her feet, and pushes out to the hoop. Notice the handler hangs back, supports the dog out. She does a front cross at that 180. Unfortunately, they did knock a bar, but it was a beautiful run otherwise. This is yours truly. I'm taking a big lateral lead out so I can manage the running dog walk contact. I'm going to opt for a front cross, but I don't move far enough away from the line, so I end up against it. But despite my windmilling, bell goes out and gets to the hoop. In open, the first line the angle is even less and parallels the dog's path even more closely. However, an independent dog walk performance is needed, and the main problem people had was getting out to jumps 3 and 4, and that send was basically the same difficulty. This handler waits for her dog on the dog walk, does a very nice job on the back line, pulls back, does a front cross, sends her dog to the hoop, does a rear cross, and it's a very lovely cue. This handler takes a generous lead out. The dog carries out nicely. Little hesitation there, but recovers. And another very lovely run. I came downstairs to get a different angle. Notice the handler waits for the dog. She doesn't run out of room. She's on the line, but she manages to step back when the dog's not looking. Sends him out. It's a little bit of arm movement in excess, but the dog doesn't mind because he's trained to this level now. And another lovely cue. Handler gets a little ahead of the dog, but holds back so that she doesn't get cut off by the back line.
Go!
Does a real nice job at handling the send to the hoops. This run was very beautiful and almost a cue. Unfortunately, the dog did leap over the yellow, and contacts do count. Handler does a very nice job supporting her.
Go around, go around. Go.
Awesome.
Handler parallels the dog on the dog walk, but she runs out of room at the line and is unable to support her dog out to jump 4. There's another leap over the yellow, and then the handler ran up against the back line. In novice, getting the dog walk contact is a major consideration. Sending the dog to jump 4, and then for some reason getting to jump 5 became a problem. And of course, sending the dog to hoop 7 is still an issue, but it's not nearly as difficult as in elite or open. Unfortunately, there were no cues in novice. Thing to notice is the line veers away more drastically from the dog walk because it starts at the dog walk base instead of back by the start line. Handler manages to send her dog back out there with a verbal, which is very nice, but unfortunately the dog did come over the line and that negates the run. But this was a very nice run for a novice team. Notice the angle that the line makes to the dog walk. It's really no longer paralleling the dog's path to that jump number 3. Once again, the handler is up against the back line and stalls out, and the dog comes to him. She gets ahead of her dog while the dog's on the dog walk, and then she's up tiptoeing against the line. This handler begins with her dog. She's forced out by the line. Notice the dog comes out to her, but she's able to redirect to 3, but unfortunately comes up against the back line and is unable to direct the dog out to 4. This handler does a nice job of pacing herself along the dog walk. She supports her dog out nicely to 4, pulls back from 5, sends over. Unfortunately, she turns ever so slightly, as you'll see here, and pulls her dog off the hoop and is unable to recover quickly enough to save the run. But in all other regards, this run was quite nice. This is a dog without a start line stay. It's a very fast dog. Handler is just a little too late in calling for the turn to jump 5. This is a novice team with really nice distance skills. She supports the dog out, and then she's just a shade late in calling for the turn to jump 5. This little Cairn Terrier does a very nice job. Out to 4, and then something catches his attention or her attention, and he comes in through the gap. This is another team with good distance skills. The dog unfortunately jumped over the contact, and he's coming very quickly, and the handler was a shade late showing the turn to 5.